Hi, so today we're going to go about putting together an enchilada casserole, and we're going to do a beef enchilada casserole today. So what I've done is a lot of the things I didn't have, so I had to make my own. I didn't have a can of the black beans, so what I did is I combined pinto beans and black beans that were dried. I put them in my quick cooker, which is right here, and I made my beans, and you can see I've got some straining right here, so it's just a combination. And you can see that when you're cooking, just experiment and see what you actually like doing, and see if you don't have something, you can always substitute something. That beef was my oven going off at 375 preheating so that we can put this in there and cook. So what I've got my black beans and pinto beans that I combined and cooked. I've got corn that was right here, and I'm going to combine that. Back here on the stove, I'm cooking some ground beef, which is a pound of ground beef, using my handy mixing chopper to chop it up. So that, while that's browning, I'm going to cut my onion and also mix and combine the other ingredients that we need to put together, and then I'll put the meat in there later. So I've got the corn, and I'm going to put my beans in. What's nice about this is that it has the straining side here, so I can strain out the excess liquid that's in there that I don't need. I'm going to get one more scoop and let that strain out a bit. And then I have down here, I'll let you see in just a second, let that strain out. I've got here in my manual food processor, I have an onion, red onion, that I'm going to make sure that it's, I'm going to chop up in a second as soon as I finish with these beans. We're going to put those in. One more scoop of the beans, and then that was it. So now I'm going to chop up my onion in the manual food processor. So this is handy if you want to take it with you if you're going camping or anything, and you want to chop up some onions, tomatoes, peppers. It does a lot of things, and you can see how nice and fine and chopped it is. So I'm going to, excuse me, I'm going to put this in. I'm going to actually take my mix-and scraper and just scrape the excess onion down in there. I'm going to take my blades out. And like I said, I'm making beef enchiladas with this. You could also substitute chicken, whichever you would prefer, or you could just have enough cheese if you wanted to do cheese. So putting all of my, push this back a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. Put all of my onions down in this bowl. This is my classic batter bowl that I just really like. It has a lid that goes with it that I mix, that if I'm mixing something and I need to keep it in the refrigerator for a little bit, it has a lid to go on it. So anyway, I've got that mixed up, and the onions, when I put those in there, it got, with the heat, just came up in my eyes, and that is strong. So right here, what I'm doing is I'm mixing a combination of Monterey Jack cheese and cheddar cheese, and that's going to be combined into the casserole itself. I'm going to layer it. So there, that's pretty much good enough for what I need to do. Put this back here. And going to chop up my meat a little bit more. It's almost done. Actually, what I'm going to do now is get 2 tablespoons. Whoops, forgot to turn my camera back around. 2 tablespoons of my Southwestern seasoning, which I really like a lot. I'm having to get my eyes from tearing up because I sneezed. So 2 tablespoons I'm going to put down inside my mixture here. Oops, that just came out a lot. So we're going to put, there's 1, and going to do almost 1 because I spilled some in there. So I've got that combined. We're going to look at my little notes here to see if I'm doing have everything in there that I need. So I've got all that in. As soon as the meat gets brown, I'm going to put the meat in here, and we're going to start layering it into the dish right here. So this is just about done, and I'm going to put it into my strainer to strain it. And that's almost finished, just almost there. So while that's doing that, I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with the tortillas. I have cut the tortillas in half. These are corn tortillas. And I'm just going to put layers down in here. There you go. So you can see what I'm doing. Put 1 there. So I'm going to turn that over like that. Put that way. I've got this here, and you can see how nice this chops it. It makes it just to the right texture that you need. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in my strainer over here. I'll take you over so you can see what I'm doing. Turn it right there. And I'm going to pour it down in here, and I've got a can that's going to catch the grease down in there. And I'll let that strain. I like to rinse my meat a little bit. Gets all the extra excess grease and oil off, and then let all the water get out. And I'm just going to pour it right in here with this mixture. Put that in my sink, and then I'm just going to combine it. And I'm going to put some of, now another thing I didn't have was enchilada sauce. So I made my own enchilada sauce. And that was really pretty simple. So I don't have to worry about that anymore. If I ever want to have some enchilada sauce on hand, I just easily make my own. So I'm going to put a little bit down in here. We don't want to use it all because we're going to also cover it on top after we finished everything. I think that's all I'm going to do for the moment. I'm going to mix this up, see how much I've got in there, and see if I need to add a little bit more. I might add just a tad more. And then the rest I will leave to do the layering. So now I have this all ready, and I'm just going to, let me turn you over here, layer this, and I'll show you how I'm layering it. I'm going to put this along that end, just evenly layer it throughout. This is a great meal to do for the freezer because you can put it in the foil containers, stick it in the freezer, bring it out, let it defrost in the refrigerator, and then stick it in the oven to cook. With it, you cook it for 20 minutes or so in the oven at 375. So I'm going to put this cheese. I've sort of combined the Monterey Jack, get my knife out here, and the cheddar. Just going over like that. So now the next layer, oh, I'm going to put a little bit of the sauce across the top there. Just sort of drizzle it because I want a lot of the sauce to be on the top. There's that. And now another layer of the enchiladas, for the tortillas. That way, this way, here. There we go. So now we're going to do the meat. And I'm pretty much used all of it. I'm just going to use it all. It's going to be filled to the brim, but I'm going to use it. All you have to do and worry about is it just getting warmed all the way through and the cheese melting, and it'll take about 20 minutes. So this was a perfect size for this baked dish, baker, which I really enjoy, and it's a perfect size for us because we don't have a lot of people right now in our house. So let me get the onion out real quick. Not my mixing chopper, my food chopper. And just tear that up and just do a coarse, so it's, you know, it's not chopped real fine, and just put it along the top like that. I didn't have a white one already cut up. I had a red one, so that's what I'm using. So that's basically it. I'm going to stick it in the oven, 375 for 20 minutes. I'll come back in here, show you all what it looks like, and take a picture. And okay, so I'm back with the final results here. You can see nice and melted and delish looking. So I'm going to cut through here. Guess I'm sort of brave to do this when I haven't done it yet, but it feels like it's all nice and melted. Just gonna cut right through there. Looks really good and smells delicious. So I'm going to take my little spatula. The first one's always hard to get out. So there we go. You can see what it looks like. Take a bite of it. Very good. My enchilada sauce was delicious. There's a little bit of kick with the spice in it.